I'll give you the kind of the basic insights on basically what is the customer experience and how each person in a company is so valuable in nature in order to boost the customer experience, right? So very basic layman terminology. Everyone is aware of the fact that customer experience is like it's like the total perception of the customer, right? On a company based on interaction that the person is doing in various touch points. It can be like the person can talk with the sales, marketing, when he interacts with the product, the delivery of the product, the operations, the customer support, returns, loyalty, you name it, right? It's I can simply call it as 360-degree customer touchpoint experience that defines the CX for any company, right? So that overall customer experience is going to be a very crucial element. I think it has been taking its own importance for the last 3-4 years when we talk about um, advocacy, loyalty, engagement, retention. So these factors plays a very major role in defining the customer success and also the customer experience success, right? There are some crucial parts when I double click on this high level umbrella of the customer experience. You have your UX, you have a UI. This is a very small component in it. So everyone thinks that I'm mastering UX and mastering UI and I'm mastering CX. No, right? So the reason why I tell you the kind of checkpoints out there, right? Um, there are certain key functions in the company, something like you have the sales vertical, you have the marketing vertical, you have the product engineering vertical, operations, customer support, and these are the legal and finance. That's fine. So when you have these kind of key verticals in a company, there is a one shooting arrow that crosses across all these verticals. We call it as a customer experience, right? So every kind of an interaction that a customer is having in each of this pillar or each of this vertical is very crucial in nature, right? And every support function in a company is responsible and accountable for the overall CSAT or NPS, some of the customers will call, right? So in terms of different kind of sectors that you see, the telecom industry customer experience initiatives will be different. The e-commerce customer experience initiatives will be different. The edtech is different, right? The sales and the retail companies customer experience initiatives are different. So every company and every domain have a different kind of strategies in order to find a balance, how to improvise their customer experience as a whole, right? So at the end of the day, what do they get when they improve the customer experience? So high loyalty, better brand reputation, and a sustainable growth for the company with an incremental revenue, right? So everyone is aware of the fact. Today, I think you have seen within a fraction of a time, the Microsoft outage that's happening in one side of the ocean has been spread across the globe today, right? So there is a lot of memes that I see on the social media platforms today in terms of Microsoft outage on the Windows laptops, right? So they're saying that a well-being, Microsoft is taking care of well-being of the Southeast Asian market people, announcing the outage on Friday, right? So when you see these things, right, this again a kind of the customer experience element that touches over there. Everyone is very what do you call stringent in these timelines. With the rapid pace of what do you call the reach of the information today in this current market. So one needs to be very cautious and one needs to be very careful in nature in terms of maintaining the reputation of the company, right? One small kind of an incident will make the ups and downs of the company, right? I can take tons of examples. Everyone is aware of the fact. Something called Zerodha has recently had an issue in terms of there is a problem with the orders that are not going and hitting in the exchange. Some of the users have got a huge losses, right? So that has created a panicky situation. People have shifted from one platform to other platform, right? So all this is because of the support people have taken 24 hours time to resolve the issue. It's nowhere related to anything because it's people think that there is a ticket that has come to the company and they have not resolved it, and that has taken a huge impact on the company prospects, right? So that's where customer experience is like every person in a company is very crucial in order to ensure that the brand reputation, the customer advocacy, the customer loyalty is going to be taken care in a very high value way, right? So now, if I switch to other aspects of, especially on the core product management, product design, product engineering, right? The crux of the new age tech companies, new age product companies, or you can take the big companies, the product-based companies predominantly, right? So whenever they tend to do something in terms of, okay, let's do something, right? It's not like that. The hippo says something, saying, "Hey, go and do it." It's not like that, right? There is a certain kind of a study that the management does in order to understand 5 factors that they normally contribute into, like why, what, who, when, and how, right? I'm giving you in a very layman terminology in understanding how the leadership team will eventually take any initiative and then give it towards the teams of the product and design to engineering, how it comes, how it shapes up, right? So it's all about starts the why. Why are we building this, right? What is the vision that we have in set in place? So it all comes in. For example, if you want to become a kind of a market leader in any one of the segment, you create a vision for that, and then you prepare a strategy. What is the strategy and what is the value that I'm going to bring in? So it's very important that whenever there is an idea that comes into the picture, you as an individual, irrespective of whichever role you are there in a company, you have always an opportunity to raise your voice and ask, hey, are we moving in the right direction? Is this the kind of a strategy that that the company is looking towards in a long-term path? So when a vision is set in place, you craft the strategies in terms of achieving that vision, in terms of what is the value that I can bring in, and then to which are the customers, right? Who are the customers? What is the total available market? What is a sizable addressable market? What is a service obtainable market? You can have 10 million users who are looking for the solution, but in that you cannot tap all the 10 million people and give your solution, right? So you need to understand what is your obtainable market, right? And then you define your own timelines by thinking when can I launch what, right? And then do the technical implementation. So these are basic kind of strategy of why, what, who, when, and how that every leader in the product org or engineering org or the strategy org will keep a close watch on the data facts.
So my question is, Pawan, if you can give insights on part A is what are the user research methods that you follow or you have followed to kind of get the insights? And second, from the UX testing point of view, what are the tools and methods and processes that you kind of or you have deployed?
Good. Great point. In terms of launching something in the untapped market, we normally don't take much risks. In my previous experiences, we tend to go with the things which are working good in the majority of the market, right? The only thing, the data, the backing for that is pretty simple, right? We ask our UX designers to do a research in that market, try to understand the patterns, and then see whether the patterns that the UX research have given to us are matching with the existing product style or not. If they're not matching, then we tend to take a call of changing some kind of the guidelines in the product, how it's going to look, how it's going to work, and then launch it over there. But majority of the implementation that I've seen, they've not custom anything in terms of the regular market. Only in the Middle East market, we had some kind of a customization in terms of the font looking from right to left and left to right, right? So we have done only that customization. Other than that, majority of the products should look same when you go and tap across the markets. I mean, you can see the worlds of Amazon, you can see the worlds of Facebook or Uber or anyone, right? So your product lifecycle, product experience will not change based on what, because it's going to be very tough for the engineering and the product people in order to have the customized experiences, especially in the B2C space. In B2B space, there is a fair bit of opportunity which will allow the companies to customize their experience, which is a right ask, right? Because Customers want some of the screens they don't need. We do customizations over there. Customer says, I want my logo on the top. Customer says, I want a customized gamification rules. I don't want your gamification rules. I want my gamification rules in the learning part. Customer says, I don't want this structure. I want my own structure. That is all possible in the B2B. But in the B2C, there is a very little chance that you have different experience for different countries. All right. I hope the first question is answered.